This is the conversion optimization checklist we go through on all our websites and our clients' websites to make sure they have a higher conversion rate and a higher click-through rate. So when someone actually searches on your website on Google, there's a higher rate that they will fill out a form, contact you through mail or phone number. In this case, we'll have a look at one of our developer sites where we'll basically take you through the entire checklist. And there are a couple of pillars that is a must-have. So the first pillar, number one, is social proof. You need to have social proof related to Google reviews. You can use Trustpilot. You can also use customer testimonials. And if you just look at the front page here, this is one of the examples. I can just translate this one really quick to English. This is a developer site we have made for a potential lawyer firm. In this case, when we scroll down, we can see we have Trustpilot right away. We state that we have 20 years of experience and we have two opportunities. So right away, we have two offers, two opportunities. We get a quote, we have contact. This could also be another offer. Then we can see that a lot of the other clients are really happy. So this is one of the ways of stating it. When you want to have a high converting website, the most important rule is to have a lot of value per scroll. So how much value can you add per scroll so the client does not have to scroll the entire website down before they see what they are looking for? What that also means is it needs to be short. So you need to have short text, it needs to be bullet points, you need to have images, maybe videos of you explaining stuff, and then have a funnel, a form people can fill out, maybe select the different services, some personal quotes, and that will deliver the final touch for someone to actually sign up. If we just scroll down, we can see the menu follows. So we of course have the menu here, but you can still see it. It just gets this gradient. And then we have still contact here in the top right corner. You can make this contact green on hover or just default if you wanted to stand out more. So that's also a good chance. Then if you go down, we have different things you can add in here. You can see we should maybe add a space here, but this is translate. And here you will add more social proof, more states. The reason we have this section before the services is because we need to make sure the client that contacts us needs to know we are the authority, we know what we are doing. This also helps us leverage the prices we have. And when we tell them stuff, they believe us more. So that is very important we get that step in there. So we need to leverage our own status a little bit. What you can add here instead is clients' testimonials and have it as a slider. If we just go through our own website, in this situation, of course, we have a background video as well. And when we scroll down, we have some client testimonials. So you can see right away, we basically state a lot of the clients are happy. We have some social proof. This is the same we could have done here as well. Then we have the services. The client needs to know what kind of service is a must-have. Like they are looking for a specific thing. They're not looking for everything. They're looking for one thing most of the times. And if you have the right offer there, then they will sign up. The only job a lead website has is to get someone to fill out a form. When you get someone to fill out a form, you can trigger that in Google Analytics. You can shoot it into Google Ads, into Meta Ads, and then you can do some retargeting on these people that actually have signed up to be a client or a lead. And then you have to qualify people afterwards. So here we basically pin them the right direction. So this is pretty quick because we don't want the client coming in here, scrolling down the entire site and then not finding what they're looking for. So here, this is the main pillars of what we do. We could have also added 6, but what we have done is we have 3. And in this case, we have images. And what you can add here is also descriptions beneath to make it a little bit more interesting. But a lot of websites, service-based websites, have these kind of boxes, but with text inside of it. Then you have to read entire article without like getting everything. So when we use images, we use short text, we use headlines, we use sometimes images as like the backdrop. That just helps explain more. Then we can click on them and they will link us to the right side. Then here we have, of course, some logos going around in a slider. This could be your client logos. It could be someone you have partnerships with and so on. This again establishes social proof. You see how much social proof we have right here. The reason we still keep on pounding the social proof is because when you have enough social proof, the clients are not asking you to validate what you are saying. They're not asking you to make a cheaper price. They will just go ahead with whatever because they are buying security. When you have a high converting site, it means you have established security, know-how, and trust. If you don't have these three things, very important, then there's a high chance the lead will be bad quality, they will not take your time seriously, they will not show up to the call. You probably wouldn't get as many leads as well. Afterwards, now we have the quote. This is where we fill out the form. All right, so on this page, this is the front page, so it's in general. But let's say this is a service page more authentic about a specific area. In this case, it could be, let's say, bookkeeping, for example. No, not bookkeeping. Let's take another thing. Let's say real estate law, for example. Let's take real estate law in this case. We go down here, then the offer would have been about real estate law. We would have like years experience, what you can expect, how long it will take, and maybe, let's see, whatever do we have more value on real estate law. So there's this rule of having 3 value points or 5 value points. You rarely see 1 or 2, it's always 3. People like to see 3. I think 5 is too much, but that is like the general rule. So if you can keep it 1 line, 2 to 3 lines beneath it with a description about whatever the offer is up here, and then value points, and then you sell it up here. If you have multiple services, for example, you are a landscaping company where you have different services. It could also be a marketing agency. You do website marketing, SEO maybe. Then one of these ones could have been like a selection drop down where you can select whatever. So if you just looked at it, you would notice right away that we do not have a form where you can type in what your issue is. And there's a reason for that. Every time we add something the clients have to do themselves, there's a bigger chance they just won't do it. Okay? So we want everything on the website to be automated. They only have to scroll, you see, value per scroll. They only have to scroll to get everything they are looking for. And when they have gotten it, they sign up, okay? If that journey could be 1 minute, it could be 30 seconds, 10 seconds, it could be 2 minutes. So if we can get them through that value point right away, that's way better. And if we have a free consultation or a free whatever, analyze, a free something that is important to them where they can speak with you, the owner, a specialist, a salesperson that can guide them through what they're looking for and help them give the right decision, that you can say that conversation you're going to have is the same as contact me here, all right? But we're just forming it in another way. And let's say this is, for example, the real estate site we have here. Just play along. Then when they fill out this form, they'll receive an email where they can see the client that fill out this form is from this specific site with this service. That means when you're going to call this lead up, you know what they're looking for right away. So that helps your conversion rate as well. We go more down. Now we can start to talk about what we do, why we do it, what are our values, where are we based, all of this. And then we have a free perform and analyze. That's just something we added here. It could be anything. Then again, we have some value points. We have also some pictures of the team. If you only have stock photos, there's no images of your team, please go and take some photos with your iPhone or hire a photograph. It just looks better. And honestly, your personal brand is extremely important when it comes to having a high converting website. People need to know who you are. I actually have one client, I won't really mention the name of the business, but he sells outdoor spas and saunas. And his name is inside of the website and company name. And he asked me when we did the partnership where we do marketing and develop the webshop for him, he wanted to change his name because he did not want to be as personal. And we really wanted him to be as personal as possible. He is the specialist. We want him to make videos about it. We want his face everywhere. We want him to be the social proof of what he is selling. If people like the person, they trust the person, then they trust whatever he delivers in his company, even though he has someone else doing it for him, because he is the pillar of the trust process they basically have calculated in their head, right? They have seen multiple ads with him. They've seen free videos. They go to the website. They can see some product videos about him going through, this is why this is good or bad, all of these things. All of that matters. People don't think about it, but everything matters. If you can get more screen time in general, higher chance of converting the client. That is why when we are on our website, we can see I have a video here of me speaking in Danish about our company. That is very intentional to make that. So the same I of course recommend for our clients who have like our story and a little bit of product go through in a video about how everything works. So people know who you are, know the specialist, and they trust you guys more. And also trust when something is not going well, they can call you and right away they will get help. And it's not some kind of bullshit help. They will get what they are looking for and they will get a great service. Then you will get better Trustpilot reviews or Google reviews or the kind of reviews you use in your country. Then we have 3 pillars of icons and just a short description. This could really be anything, but the idea here is we want to state some value points. All right. So in every business, we have different value points. One could be fast shipping. One could be maybe 24 hours notice. Like all of these things that is important for the case you are in, our year's experience, we need to state them here as well, just so people can read them. If we had a long text, no one would read that stuff. We made some research on a bunch of our clients. We basically record every single visitor coming on the site with something called Microsoft Clarity. And we can see clearly they never read the text. But if we have value points, then they stop and then they scroll again. And when we have these, they also read these. So all of this is much better than not having anything. And then in the last, bottom, you can almost say bottom funnel here, we have stories about the founder or the team. Like now you can talk about yourself, how many years you've been in business, what are your values, all of this stuff. If you scroll down to the end, now we have the bottom funnel where everyone, it is a little bit of a top funnel, but basically here everyone can sign up or will get in touch with you for free. It is a general contact form on every single page. So you are never on a page where you cannot fill out some kind of form with just typing your name, email, phone number, business, or click on contact in the menu and get to the contact page. And then here it is a good thing to have a picture of the founder or the person that is the guy that's gonna take the phone or call the leads. And then of course we'll have a mail and phone number here as well. This will dramatically increase your conversion rate. Mobile version is also important. So you can basically take everything I told you here, just like sim it down in a mobile version, but make sure, right, even though this looks like a little bit of text, it's actually a lot on a mobile. So sometimes we actually take some of these points that is not as valuable, we basically hide them on mobile. And the same with images. Some of the image we hide because we want the page to be a bit shorter. We only want to show what is important and we don't want to have too much text next to each other. So we put an image beneath or in between of everything. And then of course we have this funnel here. This is where we will see all the magic happen. This is what we will track the most. It's the high value lead we get here, because this one is where people sign up to get that offer. So to have a high converting site, you need to have a good offer as well. And that offer could be a free consultation. It takes 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes on the phone. So every business can have an offer. We help our clients get an offer as well, and we help them get it, and then we can basically marketing it afterwards. That just makes it way easier, and we have great results with that, and also great reviews. If you guys would like to know more about how we can increase the conversion rates on websites, learn how to just in general grow businesses, if you maybe own a business yourself, you can join our free community. We have a community called Performance Hub, where you can join us. We are a bunch of marketing nerds and developers in here, where sometimes I will be in there as well and giving some free tips. Sometimes you guys can teach me stuff, so feel free to join our free community. If you guys want to hear more, then let me know in the comments. See you guys.